Rose Byrne, the acclaimed Australian actress celebrated for her versatile performances in comedies like Bridesmaids and Insidious, as well as dramatic roles in films such as Spy and Physical, has spoken openly about the profound challenges and emotional complexities that accompanied her journey into motherhood. Sharing two sons, Rocco and Raphael, with her longtime partner actor Bobby Cannavale, Byrne has navigated the transformative experience of parenting while continuing her demanding career. In a recent candid conversation, she delved into the often unspoken realities of this life-altering shift, describing it with raw honesty and vulnerability. Byrne likened the arrival of a child to an otherworldly voyage. Having a baby is like going to the moon, and nobody ever tells you that. This metaphor captures the disorienting, almost alien sensation of entering parenthood. Society frequently emphasizes the joy and fulfillment of having children, yet rarely prepares expectant parents for the accompanying losses. Byrne addressed this directly, explaining that becoming a mother involves a deep and permanent change to one's identity. You don't want to feel like you don't love your child, but there is a grief around becoming a mother, because you lose part of yourself that you will never, ever, 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 ever get back. It's okay to grieve that, in fact we should. Because it's a before and an after, she said. This acknowledgement of grief is powerful. It validates feelings that many new mothers experience but hesitate to voice for fear of seeming ungrateful or unloving. She further explored the relentless demands of parenting and the subtle ways it reshapes perception. Children, she noted, can sometimes blur into a constant presence, losing their distinct individuality amid the daily grind. It is a challenging look at motherhood. Because it is relentless, because it is unending, your children lose their shape a little bit. And you have to remind yourself, wow, this is a tiny little person. That's totally an experience I've had as a parent, and there is shame you feel around that. The admission of shame, stemming from moments of detachment or frustration, is particularly striking. It highlights the internal conflict many parents face. The desire to cherish every second clashes with exhaustion, repetition, and the natural ebb and flow of emotions. Byrne also shared specific struggles with breastfeeding, describing it as unexpectedly difficult, even more so than childbirth itself. She recounted confronting a close friend about the lack of warning. I had a really hard time breastfeeding and found it very challenging, even more challenging than delivery. And I said to a good girlfriend, "Mate, why didn't you tell me how hard it was?" She was like, "I couldn't tell you. I didn't want to scare you." This exchange reveals a common cycle where experienced parents withhold harsh truths to avoid alarming others, inadvertently leaving new mothers feeling isolated when difficulties arise. These reflections coincide with Byrne's latest project, the psychological comedy drama If I Had Legs I'd Kick You. In the film, she portrays a psychotherapist named Linda who is stretched to her emotional limits while caring for a daughter dealing with a serious feeding disorder. The role resonates deeply with Byrne's own experiences, allowing her to channel personal insights into a nuanced performance. The story examines the toll of caregiving, the boundaries between professional empathy and personal burnout, and the quiet battles fought within families. Byrne's real-life candor about motherhood adds authenticity to her portrayal, making the character's struggles feel lived in and relatable. Byrne's willingness to discuss these topics contributes to a broader cultural conversation. Motherhood is often idealized in media, with glossy images of bliss overshadowing the hardships. By speaking openly about grief, shame, relentlessness, and the irreversible changes to selfhood, Byrne helps normalize these feelings. Her words encourage other parents, especially mothers, to acknowledge their complex emotions without judgment. In doing so, she underscores that loving one's children and mourning aspects of pre-parent life are not mutually exclusive. Both can coexist as part of the human experience. As an actress who balances a thriving career with family, Byrne embodies the ongoing negotiation many working mothers face. Her honesty serves as a reminder that even those in the public eye grapple with universal challenges. Through her reflections and her work, she advocates for greater empathy toward the multifaceted realities of parenthood, celebrating its joys while honoring its difficulties.